So this was something that has been milling in my mind for the past 2 days, and it partakes to the Transformers Studio Series 86 Grimlock segment that I discussed just a couple of days ago. And I've come to a theory that I wanted to kind of put in a video, and then just when I was about to record it, some more information started to come out that really starts to solidify that theory that I had. And it's that I think Hasbro has reached this point with the Studio Series line that they're starting to run out of movie appeared characters that they could pull from, and they're going to start to have to broaden their horizon. Now, granted, as more new movies come out, they could start pulling from that new world and do that. There's still plenty of characters that they could be doing from, let's say, the Bumblebee movie, some more background characters. There's still plenty of obscure characters that were characters that appeared in Revenge of the Fallen and Dark of the Moon that could be pulled from. But as that time progresses, if you really are a business and you look at the long run of it, you do have a bit of an issue where you're going to hit a point that there's just nothing left to do and the Studio Series line is going to stagnate. They do about between 8 and 7 figures a year across the different price points. And then we had this 86 Grimlock that hit with the wheelie, and it started making me going, next year we have the 35th anniversary of the 86 movie, and maybe the Studio Series is going to start bridging out into that of even the animated movie stuff. Look, if we have an animated movie scheduled to come out in 2022, if we have a Beast Wars movie that's scheduled to come out, I mean, the Studio Series title probably applies, if anything, to anything that appears in movie theaters. And that includes our beloved 1986 Transformers the movie. Now, the counter argument that I've been getting, I've tossed around this idea with people on the Discord and online, but the counter argument is, isn't that just generations then? And I disagree, because when you really look at everything that started in 2006 with the Classics line moving into the Universe 2.0 line and, Reveal the Shield, Hunt for Decepticons, and then, of course, Generations and everything that we have today with Siege and Earthrise, it's never really been a pursuit to have something that was completely accurate to the original Generation 1 design, especially in the early days of Classics. Yeah, you had some hiccups where it's like, oh, wow, yeah, Starscream looks like his Generation 1 design. Okay. And then you would move along and it's like, okay, Hot Rod's kind of there. And then you would move along and it's like, oh, okay, we're going to give you a few figures now with the modern Siege and Earthrise stuff that's kind of getting there. But you can't say that, something like the Power of the Primes Grimlock was a 100% one-for-one Generation 1 looking toy. I'm thinking that this Studio Series 1986 movie line is going to be taking the masterpiece pursuit of engineering and finding a way to cost cut it into that of a Studio Series Deluxe, Voyager, or Leader class. Case in point here, if this Studio Series 86 Grimlock and Wheelie is a Leader class like it's stated, it could be done. You could have something that has the right price point for a large Grimlock toy, and then a Scout-sized Wheelie. I'm not saying that the Grimlock is going to be a Leader-sized figure, it's more the Leader-sized price point. So if you put a Scout and a Voyager Grimlock in a box, and then you slap that Leader class price point on there, you could pull something off. And all of that thinking then kind of was confirmed literally just a couple of hours ago when Walmart.com posted a updated listing of the Transformers Studio Series 86 Grimlock and Wheelie Leader class and included a photo of box art, which is a Generation 1 Grimlock with a Wheelie riding on his back, akin to the scene from the 86 movie into Quintesson Courtroom on Quintessa. So something's here. something's here where they're clearly going in that direction, that I think this is going to be just like how the other studio series stuff is a celebration of their movies, keeping to show accuracy or movie accuracy and scale. We're going to have the same thing here with the Studio Series 86 stuff, where we're going to have a Grimlock that looks like he did in the movie. We're going to have a Wheelie that looks like he did in the movie. We're going to have, here's another listing that just cropped up, Gnaw. We're going to have a Sharkticon that looks like he did in the 86 movie, maybe an Alicon. It's something where, again, the argument goes, well, don't we have an Alicon that's coming from Earthrise? Don't we have? Yeah, we do. But I think that this is something that's more a different price point. It's a more, it's as crazy as this is to sound, something that kind of even makes Earthrise and Siege a lower price point, a lower focus, in the same way that, you have Bumblebee movie toys from the Bumblebee movie line, which are more lower end gimmicky kind of stuff. Some of them are, they try at least a little bit with the more Warrior Deluxe scale or the Power series or whatever they decided to call it. And then you have the Studio Series and Masterpiece movie stuff that were the more upper echelon if you wanted to have something that was more screen accurate. And I think that this is kind of the same thing too. You want a G1 Grimlock, here's the cheaper options, and then here's something that's more like as it looked in animation on the screen, in this case the big screen of the 86 movie. So we have more confirmations of it. And that's what I think is going on here. Obviously we have Gnaw, and now we got Grimlock and Wheelie. Interesting that it's all kind of stuff that links to that Quintesson courtroom scene. But who knows? Could be Cup, could be a Hot Rod coming, could be one of many different characters if they want to kind of go that route. And again, 2021, 30th anniversary of the 86 movie. They could pull that off. They do the timing for it. And I could see it being, look, this isn't like a separate entity from the Studio Series line. This is just something that will exist in the case assortment with the rest of Studio Series stuff alongside it to fill those holes along the way, where it'll be like, okay, because again, we'll discuss in the next segment, but there is other Michael Bay movie-based Studio Series stuff that is coming. But I could totally see like, hey, here's a deluxe case assortment where you have like 2 Revenge of the Fallen Studio Series stuff with 2 86 movie Studio Series stuff in a case assortment of deluxes. And then a leader class will just be that one character. And the Voyager will be 1 Studio Series 86, 1 Studio Series, Michael Bay verse. Like, it'll still be part of the Studio Series line. It's just that it'll be fillers to kind of keep the line alive while Hasbro has this long-term roadmap of how they want to keep this line going. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff that we don't know that's probably on that roadmap that Hasbro has planned. They probably already have the little pockets for, okay, Wave so-and-so is going to have, these Beast Wars movie characters. Wave so-and-so is going to have these animated, Transformers 2022 characters. So they already have that planned. But I think this just adds to it to kind of fill it out even more and give people, look, you know it, I know it. We get more Generation 1, mini masterpiece stuff on shelves in the Studio Series box. People are going to buy it. We already see the ravenous success that happens from Earthrise and how much people are willing to pay for an upsell. Hasbro pays attention to the secondary market. They really do. They see what is popular. There's a reason why that original Masterpiece Grimlock got reissued so many times. When there's a market, Hasbro's not going to just let a scalper take advantage of everything and make money on the secondary market. They rather just put out the product and make the money directly themselves. So at least that's a good thing there. And they know that if they probably do something like this, there's money to be made. There really is. And again, you could argue, well, doesn't Generations and War for Cybertron and all that stuff already kind of accomplish that? It does, but on a much smaller scale. The accuracy isn't 100% there. A lot of times there's room for different interpretations. And especially if there's going to be this strong emphasis on this being tied to Netflix animations in the future, then there's even more of an encouragement to then, how do I put it, deviate from the norm, let them do their own thing, and this studio series will kind of carry the load of Generation 1 accuracy and screen accuracy. But that's just a take that I have from that. And who knows, this all might be tied to even the sleep mode Optimus Prime that we have coming, because that would then be something that leans more towards accuracy again to the 86 movie. There's something here that we're all not catching that is probably blatantly in our face going on here. Anyways, I'll talk more about it when we get to when we get more stuff as it slowly is being put out there. We still have 2 other reveals that we have to discuss. But let me know what you think. Do you think that this is really something that's 86 movie characters matching the animation models and being put alongside their studio series brethren of the Michael Bay and Bumblebee universe stuff? Or do you think this is just straight up repaints of movie characters done in G1 colors, like originally kind of speculated even by me, until I started really deeply thinking about it? If so, who would you like to see from the original 86 movie added to this line? I know I'd like to see another crack at Hot Rod, get something really good, but that's just me and my bias. But who would you like to see?